So with this year's second half of lineup of games looking to be the best in Stadia's short history, there is sure to be a title you're looking forward to this summer, with a mixture of amazing second and third party titles, as well as even brand new indie games. This is going to be one of the best list of games coming yet, and it's all happening in the months coming up. So with all that said, let's break down each game and find out if these games are worth getting excited for. Like always, please hit that like button to support this video and sub to the channel for more Stadia coverage and news like this video. But we'll start this video off with games that have confirmed release dates and then make our way to titles that are coming soon and within the summer. So let's start with our first title set to release on June 16th, and that is free for all Pro members, and that is Elder Scrolls Online. Now, Elder Scrolls Online is a game that takes place in Tamriel and is connected with the Elder Scrolls franchise like Morrowind and Skyrim. It's a massive multiplayer online role-playing game that has you playing alongside thousands of other players. It features hundreds to thousands of hours of quest content and group activities, and the base game is free for Pro users. It's a game that I think should have your attention, even if you're new to the genre. This comes out on June 16th for all the Pro members.
And you will know the dark heart of Skyrim.
Now, F1 2020 is set to come this summer and is brought to you by Codemasters, the same dudes who developed Grid. But this game will feature a robust career mode. We'll also introduce the team management mode, where you can create your own team on the grid. Players will be able to manage and drive for their team alongside the current established 10-team field in a 22-race-long season. So you'll be that 11th team. Not only that, but they are bringing back 2-player split screen, something that they had taken out before, as well as bringing new racing circuits. This has easily become my most anticipated racer of 2020, and I can't wait to see it this July this year. Now, Rock of Ages 3 bills itself as a tower defense game, but honestly, it's one of the most quirky titles that I've ever played, and easily one of the funniest franchises that I played all of last year, as I put in quite a bit of time in Rock of Ages 2. But in this game, you will be guiding down a big rock down a crazy path, and your hope is to knock out your enemy before he knocks you out with his own rock. You build traps like walls, springboards, or creatures to stop the opposing rock to get to your base and vice versa. Frankly, if you've never heard of Rock of Ages, I think this title will get your attention. The humor is off the wall and reminiscent of the Monty Python classics. It also features a full map editor to share your levels and full online player versus player. Expect Rock of Ages 3 make and break to release on July 21st. Now, Destroy All Humans makes a return into the gaming world with a cult classic that many have enjoyed over the years. In this game, you take on the role of an evil alien named Crypto-137, and you take down the US government in an alien invasion. You'll be leveling cities and destroying humans in your wake. The game has been rebuilt from the original title, and even includes the never-before and rumored lost mission of Area 42. This is set to be a wacky and fun title that looks to have around a $29.99 price tag, so it won't hit your wallets too hard. Destroy All Humans is set to come July 28th. Another but loved cult classic, it's making its way into our living rooms with Serious Sam 4 coming this August. In Serious Sam 4, humanity is under siege as the full force of Mental's horde spread across the world, and well, you, Sam Serious Stone, are the last line of defense. The game is definitely bringing back its patented mindless gun gameplay that has made the Serious Sam franchise a fun one. Serious Sam 4 will be featuring 4-player online co-op, a new Legion system that brings thousands upon thousands of enemies at once to come after you. Now, the game's pricing is hinted with prices on other storefronts at $39.99 for the base game and $49.99 for the deluxe edition, which includes some exclusive skins. So be sure to pick this one up, as it is a Stadia exclusive, at least for 1 year. Now, PGA Tour 2K21 is making its way onto Stadia on August 21st. It will be featuring 15 different courses, a career mode that will pitch you against the current golf elites, and touting complete realism with real-life courses that were scanned and inputted into the game. Also has the ability to just pick this up and play with whatever skill level you're at. On top of that, it does have a fleshed out online and local presence to pit your skill against other players. The My Player also features thousands of custom options to really make your player stand out, as well as the ability to build your own dream course. This looks to be a content-rich game making its way onto Stadia, and I for one am looking forward to it this August. In a world where we can't seem to get enough superheroes, we have yet another title making its way in Marvel's Avengers. An action-adventure game played in third person, you'll be assembling your roster of heroes. The story here is the heroes are celebrating new tech in Avengers headquarters, then that celebration turns deadly as a mysterious new enemy causes a catastrophic accident which results in massive devastation. The Avengers are then blamed and are outlawed and on the run for 5 years. It's a very interesting story that is sure to bring a lot of intrigue into this new franchise by Square Enix. You can play single player or co-op and can team up with up to 4 players online to defend Earth from threats. The game will be receiving story updates over multiple years, so this is a game that has a long-term investment, and it definitely has my interest. Marvel Avengers is set to release September 4th on Stadia. I feel like this is a game that requires almost no introduction, and when I talk about this game, I get giddy as a schoolgirl and break character like I am now. This is a title that hasn't had me this excited for a game in half a decade, and that is Cyberpunk 2077, an open-world action-adventure game brought to you by CD Projekt Red, the same makers of the Witcher franchise. In a story set in Night City, a megalopolis obsessed with power, glamour, and body modification. You play as V, a mercenary outlaw going after a one-of-a-kind implant that is key to mortality. Now, this is a first-person game that features a massive open world with a fully voiced story to follow. The game is essentially as high production value a game can get, and has the potential to be Game of the Year easily, and maybe even Game of the Decade. If I'm hyping it a lot, that's because this is definitely a game worth your attention. Expect this title to come on Stadia on September 17th.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Now, Crata is a unique game making its way onto Stadia as a pro game this summer. A game where you create and customize in the same vein as a game like Roblox. You'll be able to fully customize your character with a collection of outfits, emotes, and drones and really make your character stand out. But the draw of this game is actually the ability to create games from the ground up and share your creation with the world and your friends. Crata will also be the first game to feature State Share, a Stadia exclusive feature. It will also have a prize fund that will reward creators with actual real money for their game creations within the Crata world. This is truly a unique game set to make its way onto Stadia sometime this summer. Metro 2033 Redux is the first title in the Metro universe. Only in Redux we have the remastered definitive edition. Set in 2033, the world has been devastated by an apocalyptic event that has destroyed most of mankind. There is a very immersive story here, complete with a vastly improved engine from the original that came out over a decade ago, as well as 2 unique modes in Spartan and Survival. in which we can play at a slow pace or take a heavy-handed approach as a Spartan Ranger. It also features a legendary Ranger mode, which has you playing with no UI, no map, and a deadlier combat for a more immersive experience. This is the first title in the franchise, and one that you might want to dive into if you're looking to see how it all started. Metro 2033 Redux is set to come sometime soon. Metro Last Light Redux takes place a year after the original, featuring a story where you play as Artem, who is burdened by guilt but driven by hope, as you end up holding the key to survival as a civil war starts to threaten what's left of humanity. With the Metro Last Light Redux version, the game does feature all the previous DLC that was released for the game, adding another 10 hours of bonus single-player content, and brings back all the unique play modes that the 2033 Redux has in the Spartan and Survival mode, as well as that legendary Ranger mode. So with the Last Light, you're getting an excellent sequel to the first title, and another game slated to come soon for Stadia. Gunsport is a unique indie game that has you playing volleyball with guns. The game features a story mode, 5 teams and 5 stages, as well as the ability to play online against other players. The game is designed as a mini esport that encourages teamwork. Every team gets the same gun, but under certain conditions you can call on your team's unique special weapon to turn the game in your favor. It also has up to 4-player competitive modes, and you can play the story in co-op mode as well. This is definitely a unique title and one of the Stadia exclusives that we should be seeing very soon. Kona is a game set in northern Canada in 1970. Strange blizzards have ravaged Antipeak Lake, and you'll be stepping into the shoes of a detective who is sent to investigate the weird events surrounding the lake and the town. It's a game of mystery and intrigue, and a game that has been well touted and positively reviewed. It brings a change of pace to a lot of the games on this list. You'll be doing a lot of exploring and uncovering clues as you solve the mystery of what happened to a town that has gone missing. Kona is also set to release sometime soon. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris is the sequel to Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light. This is a top-down isometric game with the ability to play with up to 4 players co-op, but in this title you must work together to defeat the hordes of enemies from the Egyptian world, solve puzzles, and avoid deadly traps, all while competing with other players for treasure and power artifacts in the competitive co-op mode. There is also a classic arcade mode, so there is a bit of everything here. This game isn't as highly rated as others on this list, but it does bring some unique gameplay and mechanics. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris is set to come soon. République is a title that came out all the way back in 2015, but was recently updated to improve upon its engine and polish. Here you play as a woman named Hope, where you are trapped in a futuristic world. In this stealth action game, your goal is to hack into the nation's elaborate surveillance network and take control. The game features 5 episodes mixed with stealth, immersive puzzles, and strategic choices. The game all around has positive reviews, and I'm personally a fan of stealth games, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays on Stadia and it releasing soon.
And never turn your back on your country. Because that's when they stick the knife in it.
Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom is a 2D colorful hand-drawn game by the creator of the original Wonder Boy in the Monster World series. In this game you play as Jin on your quest to save the Monster World Kingdom. You'll be upgrading powerful equipment, discovering hidden locations, and unlocking skills and special forms to defeat difficult bosses. The game features a soundtrack from Japanese composers like Yuzo Koshiro and Teishi Yaganawa, as well as over 15 hours of story and gameplay to enjoy. This has been a well-revered title since it came out back in December of 2018, and is easily one of the more exciting indie games to date for Stadia. so this will be a fun one to cover when it arrives to Stadia here soon. Now this is easily one of my most anticipated indie titles set to come to Stadia here soon, and while it's not a brand new title, it's one that's been very well touted with thousands of positive reviews. Just Shapes and Beats is a chaotic co-op musical bullet hell based game based on 3 simple things: avoid shapes, move to the beat, and probably die a ton. The game features 35 handcrafted stages, as well as licensed tracks from over 20 chiptune and EDM artists, and the ability to play up to 4-player local co-op, so it's another great addition to your party game lineup. It also features a story mode that lets you learn the game in full before you take on the challenge runs, which can also be done online with other players. This game is one that I hope is on your radar, and don't judge it by its looks, as this is one that I can't wait to play in the coming weeks and months. In the 3rd series in the franchise and a timed exclusive to Stadia, we have Orcs Must Die 3, a tower defense game in which you're literally killing hordes of orcs with traps, weapons, and base upgrades. But this title on Stadia is bringing a bit more to the table with a new story, new war scenarios that will feature an overwhelmingly amount of orcs on the battlefields like never seen before with this series. If you're new to Orcs Must Die 3, I think this is a title that will win some of you over, so be sure to check it out when it comes this summer to Stadia.
Alright heroes, you know what to do! Heroes got a hero! Orcs Must Die 3.
The last title on this list is one that really surprised me because the animations and style of this game are absolutely hilarious in West of Loathing, a single-player slapstick comedy adventure RPG set in the Wild West kingdom of Loathing, a game in which you traverse snake-infested gulches, you punch skeletons wearing cowboy hats, grapple with demon cows, and investigate a variety of spittoons. The game features beautiful black and white hand-drawn stick figure graphics, I am joking by the way, turn-based combat, an open world, and a drunk horse. And if you take a look at this screenshot, it also features excellent named items in your gear like Sweet Sword, Nasty Ring, and a Lucky Marigold. In all honesty, out of all the indie titles on this list, this is easily another anticipated indie title that I'm looking forward to having a blast with, as this is an extremely well-received game all around with many positive user reviews across multiple platforms. Expect to see this one dropping soon on Stadia as well. And with all the games we have release dates for scheduled this summer, we have a lot to look forward to in the coming months, as well as the titles set to come soon. So please let me know which games on these lists excite you the most in the comments down below. And while we have a big mixture of excellent AAA and indie games to really sink our teeth into, and I for one am ecstatic to finally get some heavy hitters to play and share those games alongside with you guys on this channel, as I'll be covering all these games and streaming them to you live. So make sure you sub to this channel and follow my Twitch as well as hit that notification bell. Please smash that like button too, as it's extremely helpful. I'm Sunny, and like always, I'll see you guys in the cloud.